Welcome to ChampionsHeart. You can't play boxing. Featuring boxing addict Johnny Faraće and friends from superfans to superstars. Let's roll.
Hey, boxing fans, I have a super treat for you today. I have with me IBF lightweight champion, electric Teofimo Lopez. What's up, Tim?
Drum roll, please.
There he is.
How you doing?
Oh, great, champ. Nice to see you, man. How's everything?
Great, man. Great. Working out, doing my thing, and just pretty much trying to do the best I can during these times, with COVID-19 and everything, and just having a great time while doing it, though.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, obviously changing lives for everybody forever, you were in Brooklyn when it hit originally, then you got yourself out of there, right?
Yeah, I had to leave. I love New York and I love Brooklyn, and that to me is always going to be home, but it's like with everything that's happening with coronavirus and everything, I knew that it was going to hit very hard, especially in New York. We're so congested with each other and we're so tight. So it's like I had to leave, and what better way? I went to my wife's family. They live here in Arkansas. For the time being, they're actually from they're from Vegas. So it's been good though. I mean, like just overall, just trying to stay away from COVID-19, because with my conditions and everything, can't have that. Can't afford to lose that, right now.
Let's kind of pick it up to back when we kind of left it off the last time you and I spoke, because, some people might forget, but before the takeover, it was against all odds, baby. That's what it was.
Absolutely. I think people don't understand the fact that, damn right, that's how it was, man. And I think people don't understand that this man right here, Johnny, has been and seen me throughout I started, honestly.
Yeah.
Since I was a little nugget, man.
Little nugget, man. I've seen you 8 years old, shadow boxing, showing your abs and just confidence. You had the confidence.
So if it's anyone that has seen me from the start, other than my father, then it'll be you. Gotta give you that. They give you the credits on that.
Appreciate that, champ. Appreciate that. So, man, I have so many favorite moments, but I want to kind of go through a few of them with you. But one of my favorite iconic moments of you is when you obviously got yourself to the Olympics. And we obviously spoke about a lot about how, you were jolted or whatever. You can go back on my YouTube and go back to those videos. But when you went to the Olympics and you fought an amazing first round fight that you had there against France.
I forgot his name.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
Stefano Ahia.
Okay.
Name, right. So
they're from France. All I knew the country. That's all I knew.
Yeah, France, right. And it was a battle, super battle. And I remember after that fight, champ, you got on your hands and knees in the middle of that ring, and there's an aerial photo of you. And I just know that you were just grateful for where you were, and we were excited about the next step.
Yeah, I was. I was pretty much that right there was a moment that I could never forget. That's for sure. Going from the amateurs to the pros it's a big step, and it's a whole different world. It's a whole different world, and that's to everyone out there. It's the same thing in any sport that we start in. You got the little leagues, and then you go up. So it's the same thing, and that's what it was. And for me, it was just pretty much giving my respect, giving my love, and giving my thanks to the amateur world. But it's time to move on to the pros, and that was me saying goodbye for the last time. That was my last fight in the amateurs, and I moved on, man. And I was happy though. I was real happy, more than sad that I lost.
And I felt that, and I knew what you were feeling there, because I knew where you were going. You've told me since you were 8, and you're exactly, and that was amazing. So, and you know what? You've always been so humble and kind of telling those that are coming up behind you and giving advice. What that transition there, before we get into everything else, what do you want to kind of give the youngsters a little bit of an idea about that transition there, and what?
How I could say is that it's always going to be hard, and in fact, in the pros, it's definitely harder. And I think for everyone, for the youth out there, and for the ones that are up and coming, honestly, just keep your head screwed on right. Coming into this, it's a whole bunch of sharks. and you gotta start and learn how to adapt to become one as well, because if not, they'll eat you alive. So you have to always stay on your toes and stay sharp. And that right there, you just learn, and I'm still learning to this day. Each and every day I'm learning something new. So, and that's how you know that you're getting better. So for all those out there, yeah.
Just like your young teammate, like Xander Zayas, who well from down here in Florida. Which I gotta ask you a question, man.
South Florida all day.
Yes,
that's love right there. That's that's my home, just like New York, man.
Right, but you never mention it though, really. Nobody really knows. I tell people, oh yeah, I used to watch him grow up, because no, he's from Brooklyn. I'm like, dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Nah, a lot of people don't understand. Like, they don't know that I'm more out in the South Florida, but I have the swag and everything I just have the swag of everything East Coast all day though. That's my thing. But I'm grateful for all that. I'm grateful for, but sometimes it's like, not everybody needs to know all your moves. They don't need to know exactly everything.
There you go. Gotta be
you gotta be a little,
mysterious, right? Gotta be a little mysterious back there. That's good. But I know you're always proud of it. Oh, every time you come back, you give back. You're back in the gym, the Davy Pal that you started in. Pete, rest your soul.
Amen. Yeah.
Quick shout out to Pete Balcones.
Yeah. Buffalo, there.
Buffalo, yeah. The last time I actually saw you, I went out to Vegas. You're about 5-6 fights into your pro career. You were training. You knew you were right on the cusp of like doing something big, and not long after that is when you started. I can't remember exactly. I think it was.
We had a good time though. We took you to top rank. You started punching the day. You over there working out, showing me your moves. I mean, it was good.
Yeah, that was fun. You were doing backflips, double backflips, handstands.
Private session today at Top Rank Gym. We're the only ones up in here, like always.
Teofimo Lopez. Don't try this at home.
You got a lot of talent. It's not only boxing, baby. Oh, look at him go. Woo! 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 Let's go, champ.
Let's do it.
That was a good time. We went, Nate. I can't remember what we had. I think we had tacos or something.
Yeah. Oh, I think we did. Yeah, man. I think tacos at Gordo, if anything. Yeah. So, man. So I'm hyped, man. I'm real hyped. Getting back to everything is just can't wait. Spoke with Top Rank, with the CEO, with Bob Arum, and we always talking on the regular, and that's something that is cool. I get to have people's numbers like that. And it's very easy for me just to talk to them and be like, hey, so what's gonna happen next? Like, what we doing? And it's just very comfortable. We have a good relationship.
And you did in boxing what obviously you said you were going to, but entertainment and boxing, you fought and then you entertained, and both together.
That's something. And then pulling out the Kyler Murray jersey and everything like that. I think that definitely brought a lot of eyes. And then we did it again. This upcoming Heisman, we put out the Joe Burrow, so that was nice.
Is that when life changed after MENARD?
Yeah, man, that's when everybody started catching their eyes on us, and it's just those things right there, because then you kind of giving respect to the other games out there. You're giving respect to college football, you're giving respect to football, Pro Bowl, and everything like that. So I think it's just you just got, as athletes, you're giving respect to where respect is due. So I was very honored and happy about that. I love the idea that when I was thinking about so many things, and I got a college friend of mine right now. He plays football for Ole Miss. Yeah, Elijah Moore. I was just with him right now. I had to send him back to his campus, but yeah, man. So I'm very big on all those sports, man.
That's a great respect. And then in doing that, you obviously gained a bunch of football fans that then saw that, because I love that boxing's making its comeback. And you're one of the reasons it's coming back. It's bringing the entertainment back in it.
Thank you.
And the fun. Yeah.
I try. I try.
Love it, man. Love it. So you came back, you knocked out Diego Magdaleno, a little bit of controversy at the end of that.
He shouldn't have been talking shit.
Yeah. You know what? That's it.
But see, I get the bad hand out of that. That's something in the past, but I get, I learned from my mistakes though. But that's just something that people don't know. Like, they only see, like, why did I do it? But they don't know, like, the backstory to it.
Right. That he was talking about your family and your country.
He was talking. Yeah, he was talking. He was disrespecting my family. He was disrespecting, my family's country and all that. Like Honduras and everything. And that's just something that I just can't. That's when you cross it. Like, there's one part is business, and then the other part is when you make it personal.
Right.
And with me, when you make it personal, it's like life or death. I don't, and I just, not life or death, because you never want to see them go in that term. It's more so about, you just don't have no remorse at that moment, So, but I learned from my mistakes. I learned not to let my emotions get the best of me.
That's another awesome thing that I've really enjoyed watching you grow as a person from a young boy. You were a boy when I met you, with all due respect.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
You grew into a man, and maturely too. And you've always been mature and super poised and humble and grateful with me. And so, yeah, man. Then along the way there, I believe, right about then is when before you got married, right? And you met your wife, Cynthia.
I met my wife. I met my wife about like 3 years ago.
Okay, but you got married a year ago, right?
Yeah, I got married a year ago now.
Yeah. My anniversary is
April. When's yours?
Today.
Today?
Yeah.
What the hell you doing interviewing me? You better go get something.
She loves you. She likes you more than me.
You crazy, Johnny.
No, she's all right. No, she loves it. She loves boxing. That's how much she loves me.
Oh, dang, man.
Okay.
Hey, well, happy anniversary though, for sure. I just had my 1 year, and then so it's it's beautiful, man.
I was so happy to see that you did that and you took a bold move like that. I'm not saying bold.
Yeah.
No, for a young man.
It is a bold move. You're young. You're still in your 20s, early 20s at that. You know what I mean? And you got, for a lot of people, it's like you have a whole life ahead of you, but you do. Right. I don't think a woman stops you from having that life ahead of you. No. It's just you having that partner enjoy that life ahead of you.
Yep. Create a life together.
Yeah, you create it
together is what you move on together with.
And that is the difference between people that are just, trying to just trying to be in that single or good lifestyle, and then those that understand that, hey, like, I want my partner. I'm down. I'm ready to settle. That's really what it is. Yes. So it's a different mindset. They're not there yet, but eventually everyone will. So it's bound to happen, or they just haven't found that person yet. So,
and it took me a long time to find mine. It really did. And I did.
I'm luckily blessed that I was able to find her at this type of age. I could have waited, but I just felt like with all that goes on, temptation and everything, I just rather have one that I'm secured with 100%.
Right.
Yeah, because you get the groupies and all that stuff, you just got to move that to the side.
You know what? You find a keeper, you're a smart man. You kept her. Right?
Oh, I did. Oh, absolutely.
Career gets off to an awesome start. You're knocking them all over the place. You just got married. I know this is one of your wife's first fight. And I'm going to get deep with you here for a moment. I know your first night that you headlined in I think Maryland, the Nakatani fight, which was a technical fight for you, and you had to like work your way through it. Average people don't understand that it was just a technical fight for you.
No, it wasn't. No. Actually, it wasn't a technical fight. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna like bash the fighter that I faced. Nakatani came to win. You know what I mean? But it wasn't that really did it. It wasn't that.
You had a lot of things going into that. I know there was a lot of things going.
I should have, as an athlete and as a professional athlete, I should have known that, hey, I have a lot of shit that I'm dealing with personally, and a lot of like mental health. It plays a big role.
Absolutely.
And during that whole time, my mindset, my mentality was so off that I should have been better and known that, hey, don't take the fight right now, because you have to take care of yourself, because you're not doing so good up there. And that is what it didn't cost me the fight. I knew I was winning the fight, but it didn't cost me anything. It just made me learn from it. But what it did do, it just made me, it costed me just it looked like like it was a tough night when it wasn't. It wasn't a tough night.
Right.
It wasn't a tough night. It was honestly just the fact that what was going all through my mind throughout the fight. I wasn't thinking about the fight the whole time.
Right.
And because you know why though I could tell is because I always look at fighters after the first round, second round, as we keep going. You know, I'll look at their side of the corner, and I see how they look, and I could tell by their eyes and stuff. Nagatani, by like the second round, he was out of it.
Right.
Out of it.
Right.
That man was. Yeah, but it is what it is. You learn from it. That's all it is. You learn from it. But you know what? That did me better. That it did me more good than harm out of it, because I came back and I fucked some shit up.
Yeah, you sure did. You sure did.
I put a mark on everybody right now.
You sure did.
Nobody's calling me out. I love when people doubt me and shit. I do.
I can't wait to get to all the chatter here, what's going on right now. But I do have to ask you one question about that night in Maryland and your wife and us going there. We had the boxing world have lost one of ours that night. And I know that was a very
Maximum.
Yeah, Maxim Dadashev. And, you know, you just got to think about what goes through all of
that was also tough, man. That's
what I want to ask. Yeah.
After, because I was right after him, because I was the main event, and after that, it was kind of like people were still like trying to get hyped, but it was kind of dead.
It was
really. And what I mean by that, it was just silent a little bit, because after seeing what happened and what had occurred, and then seeing him come out throwing up and things like that.
Were you watching that? You were watching?
Hell yeah. Miguel Diaz, my cut man, he told me too, you know, he was like, that's not fucking good. He's throwing up. That is not good. That is not good. They were like, they need to take him to the hospital.
Right when he threw up. I was like, ooh.
Right. The moment you throw up after a fight, man.
Oh, I was like, and you're right. The tone just went from here to here, and even the announcers, they were we're all sitting there. And
and everyone was just serious after that. So I was trying to like brush that off.
And my God. So I don't want to spend too much time on this because it's a sadness, but I got a question for you, bro. How's your wife dealing with that? Because that was one of her first fights. I think she came through with you or something, or your first.
Now, my wife, the first one that my wife did that I brought her out to, because she did see my fight. But back home, that was against William Silva. And then, so sorry.
Great fight. You knocked him out with a broken hand, by the way.
Yeah, I did. But the first one that she ever attended live was the Mason Menard one.
That was fun.
Yeah, the Mason Menard is the one that she attended first, because you know by then I was like real sure about her, and I was like, okay, you can come out, because I don't just bring anyone out to my fights, you know, unless you're family and stuff. So that was something that I was like, I was, you know, I felt confident about.
Yeah. Then after that, you got IBF. You got your title shot, just like you and your father prophesized. You said you would in your 14th fight, or your 15th fight.
Absolutely.
You said you get your title. IBF champ Richard Comey. Everyone's saying that his big right hand's going to cause you problems. Blah, blah, blah. It's too early for you. It's this, that, and the other. And boom. That overhand right you timed, knocked him down twice with that one shot.
Yeah, I did, man. One punch, dropped him twice. But I have the most respect for Richard Comey. Richard Comey is a hell of a champion. I know he will be coming back, and he will become a 2-time world champion. I thought he was a 2-time world champion, but I was wrong. When he faced Robert Easter, it was for the vacant. And then when he defended it and he fought, it was for another vacant. But I thought he was a 2-time world champion. But let me say it out now. He will become, I think, you know what it is? I predicted it right now. He's going to become a 2-time world champion.
He'll get it back good. There you go.
He'll get it back.
You heard it here first from Teofimo Lopez. I like it. Right on, man. So that was.
Everybody got to watch out. You gotta watch out for that man. He's dangerous. Man, I put in the work. I mean, I trained my butt off for that fight, man. I did about 10 weeks. I did about 10 weeks in camp. Just nonstop working.
Is that something you saw where he loads up on that right hand and you timed it with yours?
Honestly, it was just my thing is I like to see the reaction when I hit him with like a shot that is not a big punch, but it has a little pop to it. And then little by little, when I see how they react to it, that's when I'm like, it could be an early night or it could be a late night. And that's when I could tell. Because they kind of stunned. They get hurt. And what it is like once I hurt them, I just keep it going. Keep it going. Take the pace. I don't, my dad, we work on game plans. We work on, his uppercuts. When he's inside, he likes to throw his uppercuts and stuff. And then we were just working on more drills. We worked on the overhand right with the hooks. We worked on just shifting. We worked on drills that we know that we could like work on. And we did a lot of body. We really were trying to break him down in the body first and then work our way on the top.
Right. You brought people in on your camp as your team too. You brought in Joey Gamache, I believe.
Yeah, right. Joey Gamache as the assistant coach, which was everything, and it was good. Everything was good. The only thing is just all about, everybody's all about respect. That's all it always has to be. Right. Respect the positions that they're in and what they play, and everybody's good.
Right. All right. So now we're here. Then lined up a fight between you and the guy that has all the other belts, Lomachenko over there, who you were on, you and your father again prophesized that for your 16th fight, that you would unify the division. And tentatively that was going to be set for May 3rd, next Saturday night that would have been. And then COVID hit us, right? So now here we are.
Shoot, that's right. We would have been fighting this time around.
Yeah, next weekend. Yeah.
Next weekend, people would have been seeing us fight.
Yep.
Boom.
Wow. But now COVID changes everything. So you went to Arkansas and a whole bunch of people got Twitter happy, it looks like, out there. Oh. Talk about what's going on, champ. What is going on out there? Time to talk about that. Let the fans know really what's going on.
What's really going on is, since we can't make the Lomachenko fight happen due to the fact that, and the reason why we can't make the fight happen is because due to COVID-19, everything that's going on, we can't, and they have travel ban, they have travel ban out, and the thing is that, so no one can come into the United States and no one can go out to the United States, leave the country. And that's the problem that we are dealing with. So that's why we can't make the fight happen with myself and Lomachenko. Also, plus the fans, and, right now they flew Lomachenko back to Ukraine and so on and so forth. But anyways, so they said, well, what we can do is have all the fighters out here in the United States to fight each other. So perfect. You got like the main three that people always talk about. You got Gervonta Davis, you have Ryan Garcia, you have Devin Haney.
Yep.
At least in my weight division, right? Why not make one of those three happen? With or without the fans, we can make it happen where everybody could just pretty much stay at home and we'll get our money from the views, of how many, but it's not even about that. It's just to bring back some type of entertainment for everybody. The UFC's already doing it.
Right.
And so far it looks good. So far it's been working.
Yeah. So you were quoted a few weeks ago as saying you would not fight in front of fans. Is that true?
No, I wouldn't. That's the thing though. I would not fight in front of, like, without the fans. Like, I need fans.
I see. Even if they're not in-house, as long as they're watching pay-per-view, they're still watching, doing your thing, right?
No. I that's the thing. See, that's something that I due to the fact that how I see how everything's playing out and how they're doing things, then eventually I guess I'm going to have to see myself fighting without the fans. And it hurts me because it's like, it's not the same.
Right.
It's not the same. And I'm trying to stick to that. Like, I won't fight unless there's fans. Right. So I'm kind of praying and hoping that this whole thing with the coronavirus kind of dies out. Right. Devin Haney, man, so why not? We make the fight happen. If I can't fight Lomachenko, I'll fight you. Apparently they gave you back the belt. WBC.
I noticed. I noticed a tweet that you put out that he, they gave him that. I think what they email him or snail mail him they emailed him.
They emailed him. Yep. Yeah. And it's like, it's crazy because he like flaunts his belt out like if he actually earned it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You could have earned it. You just gotta fight the champion. You know what I mean? Right. But I get it. Hey, do what you gotta do. Lomachenko went up to become franchise champion. You know what I mean? So all that stuff happened. Hey, but I think overall though, you got two undefeated fighters, very young in their prime, like not even in their prime yet. And they want to fight the best of the best. So, and if these guys can fight each other, that'll be epic. Mm-hmm. That'd be a big fight. Would be epic. So I'm like, all right, let's do it. And we contacted. We reached out to Eddie Hearns to make the fight happen, and they never got back to us. And they still haven't gotten back to us after all this too. After all this, Top Rank, everything. we've been doing all what we need to do and still haven't gone back to it. So
I'm sure Eddie Hearn's watching, so go ahead and tell him. Say, let's make the fight happen, right?
I've been told him, let's make the fight happen. So,
right.
But the thing
hard
is, like,
to get a hold of.
It's not. I mean, he contacted. He knows how to get at. He knows how to reach us. So my thing was that it was just that I'm just trying to make the fans get what they want and what they deserve, and that's just entertainment. One thing good though about it is that without since seeing UFC and everything how it's been looking, you know, that's the only sport pretty much right now that people can actually watch. You can actually hear the noises even more and louder than when you have a full packed arena full of fans screaming and cheering.
Right.
So
you can hear those shots.
You can hear those shots, so I think it makes you like, whoa, dang, ooh, dang. That's louder than I thought it would be.
Right.
You know, so I think that's interesting.
Right.
You know,
you're in an awesome division. You're the king of the division. You know, unfortunately, right now you have to share that title until, you know, we can kind of figure that all out. But it's a great, deep division, man. How's your weight? How long do you see before you outgrow lightweight?
Outgrow it?
What's up, Junior? How are you? Hey, Junior.
Johnny, long time, man.
Long time, Junior. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on, man. How are you?
Everybody's doing great, man. Everything we predicted, man, it happened.
There we go. We got a house full of Teofimo Lopez's. I love it.
Yeah, I'm sporting the new sweaters.
Yeah, I like that.
Heck yeah.
I gotta send out for one of those. Ooh, look at that. I like that. That's right.
You guys, the bag is dope. The bag is dope, though.
Look at the back.
Little some.
Best in the business Brooklyn made. Boom.
Tell Johnny.
Hey, Johnny, but what I'm gonna do though for everyone to know is like on my Instagram, I'm gonna be posting, actually on my social media accounts, I'm gonna have where they could follow FTWR, and then they tag three of their friends, and then we'll have a raffle of giving away sweaters, shirts, shorts, anything that people want, that we'll be giving out, and it'll be for free.
Nice. So yeah, Junior, talk a little bit about, man. I mean, I keep seeing those videos of you guys every morning. I'd wake up and see on Facebook another video of you going, "Let's go, champ! Let's go, champ!" and you pushing them and Teo working out. It's like my third workout today, and just like doing your thing, and you know that grind was just for real, you know. And ever since you took his career over in 2015, I think it was 2014, about from the amateurs, and you took him over full time.
Yeah, well, you know, I took over when we really needed it. You know, where nobody could come now and say, yo, you know, or you know, I made you, you know, I help you with this, I help you with that, you know. And the only person I will give any gratitude to, and I will, you know, is Melton LaCroix, because Melton showed him how to move in that ring. You know, that's about the only.
I could say there's two. You know, you got Melton, you got Pete.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that worked with you. You understand? But the person that was like constantly with us, like, you know, for like a good 4 years, you know, that was constantly with us was Melton.
Yeah.
Because he got you since he was like 6.5. He got him like when he was around 6.5. I remember, because he got cut. Remember when you got cut?
I remember every day I got cut. I remember that every day.
Oh wow! Oh yeah, I remember.
With the double M bag.
Yeah.
Wow. Tell us what happened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember every day.
Tell us what happened.
So from what I can remember, I was doing pads with one of the, I don't know if it was with Milton or one of the coaches, but during that time, I was we were waiting till the bell rang, and then after the bell rang, we had our break, and I said, "Hey, coach, can I get some water?" And I went to go get some water, and by the time I came back, I had passed the double M bag, and when I came back, I went, and I was, remind you, I was like 6. I was real short. And I just jumped up for it to punch it, and I threw a hook at it, and the hook, they didn't tape the hooks, and the hook just went, and it just went right in, and then I pulled, and it just ripped my whole skin. Oh. And I had a big gash. I mean, it was wider than what it looks here.
Huge. Yeah, but it was a clean cut. Like, there was no bleeding or nothing.
Thankfully though, because that was gonna grab my main artery.
Wow.
But you know, that was his. That was, to me, that was him giving blood to the sport.
Yeah,
I think
that's where it started.
I think I made like a sacrifice and just gave my blood to the sport
at 6 years old. And now
yo, you know what? I start thinking about that because that was, I think, is one of the first days. I think that was the first week you started boxing.
Yeah, and, you know, but it's crazy. Like I went back after that.
Wow, right back. Yeah, Junior. So we were just talking, man. You came in at a good time. So we were just talking about, you know, obviously the deep division at lightweight that your son's a king of. How soon before he outgrows that? Yes, sir. How soon
You'll
before
see it? I'm about to, I already outgrew it. Look at this.
Yes,
I already outgrew it.
Yes, we already outgrew it. But the thing is, like I tell him, you know, as long as we active, I think this one more fight and we are out. You know, one more fight. That's it. Or before the end of the year.
Right. Could it be the Devin Haney fight?
No Devin Haney fight. No Devin Haney fight. I you know, Bob says that he could make the fight happen in September. Let's see what happens with Loma.
Right.
Oh, so now we're going back to that? No.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. But the most important fight for us is Loma.
Right.
You know, if we need a tune-up fight, then we get Devin, you know, but let's see what happens. Right. You know, I told Bob, we got to make things happen before the end of the year. We don't want to go we don't want to go into 2021. You know, my son is already, we don't know what's going on with his weight until we get into the camp, the real camp with the nutritionist and see how bad it is. You know,
how bad it is. My weight is not that bad.
No, I'm saying how bad it is. No, listen to me. I'm saying how bad it is between the workout, the real workout, and how fast you're going to bring that down to make us, because I know you already have one more fight. I know you have one fight, definitely. But what I'm trying to say is how fast we're going to go down to 135 once we have the whole team together.
And how I feel. And how I feel.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because I can't talk for him, you know, and I'm not going to kill him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, to make our legacy, to make his legacy, I mean, well, our legacy, because we're together, to make the Lopez legacy, he has to win those 4 belts, you know, the unification, which Mauricio Suleiman told me that he will give us the franchise belt. I believe it. I do believe it. And I get along with Francisco very well. I talk to him all the time. He calls me all the time. And Mauricio, I mean, not Francisco, Mauricio Suleiman. And he talks to me.
Francisco.
Yeah, Mauricio Suleiman talks to me all the time with texts. He sends me the best regards. He says my wife is beautiful. That you know, he would like for us to go to Mexico and be with him for a while. You know, and the guy is a really nice guy. You know, I understand where he's coming from with the WBC franchise belt. You know, that the reason why Mauricio Suleiman does these things is because it makes sense. You know, Devin Haney has done nothing for the sport. You know, the kid has not beat nobody to fight against a guy that has 3 belts.
Yeah,
you understand?
He hasn't beaten nobody yet.
Yet, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He hasn't proven himself yet. So Mauricio Suleiman wants to make these franchise belts for guys that are, you know, that are making the sport, guys that people want to see. So let's say mandatories are not going to be big pay-per-view fights. You know, mandatories are not going to be big pay-per-view fights. Let's say a guy comes and he becomes a mandatory. And that's what's so bad about the sport, you know, because all of a sudden you become a mandatory and you beat nobody. You know what I'm saying? You get to fight the guy that has the 3 belts, you know, when, you know, they don't want that to happen. So to protect the fighters, they came up with the WBC franchise belt. So they don't have to fight their mandatories and fight a guy with a guy that has a real belt, you know, before they fight the mandatory. That's why Mauricio came up with this. And then, you know, and it makes sense when you start thinking about it. You know, it protects the fighter for fighting their mandatory for a mega fight. You understand? So now Devin Haney cannot get in there and start talking and trying to get Lomachenko and mess up everything between the, you know, the fight that's supposed to be done between Loma, between Comey and my son and Loma. Now we know that my son won that fight, and now it's Loma and Teofimo.
That's the realistic step, and his realistic step is to then unify the belts. That belt that Devin Haney has really is a level down.
It's an email belt.
It's a level down from what fight you guys have.
A two-time
email belt. You know,
two-time email champ. You know, no disrespect to Mauricio.
No disrespect to the WBC. You know, but when somebody has a belt like that has not sweat and fought and cried and for it, you know, and felt what it is to win a world title, they don't deserve it. You know,
right?
You know, if I was in my position with my son, the only way I would take that belt if I was 100% sure we was gonna fight the champion for all the belts, but. Right. You know, I would never take a belt and sit down with a belt that I have not earned.
I wouldn't take it. I still want to fight somebody.
Yeah. So you see what I'm saying? My son would never take that fight.
I can't. Right. I just can't. That's just
Yeah. We even did that in the We even did that in the We even did that in the trials. Remember when we called out? Remember the trials when you called out this guy?
This dude.
And you said let's do it. Let's do it.
I just can't. I can't be the one to accept something that I didn't earn. My father and my mom, especially my mom, she raised me to, you know, pretty much you earn everything that you get. You know, it's earned, not given. So that's always been my mentality. There's different breeds. You got different.
But you know what? That the reason. Listen to me, Johnny, and you could tell me. And you know that this is real. This is reality. We came from nothing. We came from nothing. We just came. We came just like Floyd Mayweather. We came from nothing. You understand? Nobody pushed our careers. You know, we wasn't with Floyd. We wasn't with Roy Jones. We wasn't with all these, with Mike Tyson or all these guys pushing us to get to the top. You know, even though when my son was 11 years old, 12 years old, 13, this kid's coming up. This kid's going to be the best fighter on the planet. You know, we didn't have that. We did it with hard work and dedication. That's what makes a champion. You see, that's when I know my son is going to last a long time in this business because we did it the hard way. We beat the guys to get to where we at right now.
And it's always going to be that way, though. That's the thing. Like, always. That's the thing with us. For some odd reason, we always have to take those hard, but we take it the right way. We do everything the right way.
Hugely successful. You always have been, and you've said what you're going to do. You've always did what you said you're going to do, and here you are. Now I think there's people, you know, kind of like the Devin Haney. You know, I read somewhere that Devin Haney was trying to get clout from you, and I'm like, you know, I think he's maybe trying to cover up some of the ignorant statements he's been saying lately or something stupid. I'm not really.
No, that's not what happened. What happened was that he saw the real. He saw my son came out real, and the thing is that my son came out real, and now he's scared because
who's clout chasing? Whatever they say.
No. Johnny is saying that Devin is clout chasing you because you're on top right now. You're about to fight Loma.
But my thing is like, I want all of them to do great. All of them. I want all of them to do great because that makes bigger and better fights, and that makes us look even better. You know what I mean? When we beat them. So when those times come, and my thing is like, I want nothing but the best for all of them. I don't hate on anybody. Right. You know what I mean? We do what we do, and we talk our shit, and we may be as outspoken as possible, and people may not like it, but it's just how we feel, and not only how we feel, but it's what we know. You know what I mean? But the thing is like, will I ever hate on somebody? No. Will I ever cloud chase on somebody? No. You know what I mean? And that's why I talked to my father about the whole thing with the Lomachenko thing. A lot of people think that we use that name to boost us to get to where we need to get to. No, that is something that I had to talk to him about and be like, hey, listen, we can't really be talking about this guy like this all the time because it looks like we trying to just dick ride this fool when we're not. I don't give. I can give two. To be honest. Wait. But to be honest though, I get where you're coming from, and this is to my father. I get where you're coming from, and I know what you want. And I told you this: we're gonna get there, and we're gonna make it the way we do, and how we know how to do it. We are the best, and we will go out there and show. But the thing is, like, we don't have to promote this fucker. Sorry for my language. I just don't like to do. But we don't have to promote him at the same time talking about him. But it's like that fight, I get where you're coming from. That we're going to easily make 4, 5, 7 million on this fight.
Champ, it's not about the money. It's not about the money.
The thing is, like, that's easy. That's like one big – that's That's the most that guy will ever make in his whole career.
Oh yeah.
But for us, it's not going to be the biggest check that we ever get in our career.
Listen to what I'm going to tell you now.
So the thing is that I'm trying to tell you is that ain't nobody going. Do we need him?
Let me tell you something.
My thing is about the belt.
Never in my life clout chase. I never in my life clout chase this guy.
I'm not saying you.
No. Listen to what I'm going to tell you. I predicted the future, bro. I predicted it because I knew.
Nostradamus.
Listen to me. I had no doubt, and this was 2 years back. I had no doubt 2 years ago. I had no doubt that we was going to be in this position.
You called me and told me exactly that.
Yeah, I said you was going to be world champion in 15 fights, and then we were going to take Lomachenko's head off in 16 fights. Has that happened, Gordo?
So far.
Okay, so far. So is that clout chasing?
No, I never said
it's
you
not.
was.
No, but
I never said you was.
But what am I supposed to say? Should I name somebody else? Where are we right now?
Yeah.
This is the guy we're going to face. That's the guy that I've been saying 2 years ago. I knew Loma was going to still be there.
My thing is that I get kind of, I guess I could say irritated when the only questions I get is about Loma. And I'm
Okay, so who cares? Listen, that chapter is going to be
nobody gives up. Why do you think I'm trying to push this fight as quick as possible?
That chapter is going to be. Listen to me. That chapter is going to be over real soon.
All right. So Johnny, what else you got?
Moving up to lightweight. You said possibly one more fight, that fight, and then move up to lightweight. Is that what you're thinking?
Super lightweight. Yeah. 140. Yeah, it'll have to be like. But
super lightweight. Correction.
Yeah, but then again, that's something that we have to discuss as a team. You know what I mean, and make the right moves and adjustments, and that we know that we'll easily dominate the 140, just like we're doing right now at the 135 division. That's something that we know.
It's gonna be easier. It's gonna be easier.
The only thing now is just pretty much just talking about when are the times that we're gonna do this. So I talked to my father, I talked to my manager, I talked to the promoters. We talk as a team, and we just go back and forth, and we figure everything out together.
Nice. What? How soon are you where you're at there in Arkansas? Are you able to train there you have sparring partners and fight that there? Your family's there, so you're gonna have to actually relocate again.
Right now, we're not doing no contact, nothing sparring and anything like that. Due to me with my conditions, I just don't know. Even with the other fighters, just trying to keep that at bay as of right now. But the thing is, just pretty much been working out, training at the gym, training at the garage. My brother-in-law's garage. They have a full set and everything, so that's been great. Nice. And it's been great, man. I can't wait. My father's gonna be coming out here very soon. That's gonna be another great thing. We're gonna be doing pads, working out. We're gonna have like a full on.
Oh, you don't even know, baby. The ideas I got. You don't even know.
And me and him.
I can't wait.
Me and him, we talk a lot, and I call him all the time when I'm working out. Show him that I'm still working. I'm doing my thing. 2 days, 1 day, 2 days, 1 day, and we dropping weight, man. Right now, I'm in the low 50s, and then I'll just work my way down even more.
Awesome. So you're saying hopefully maybe a September comeback, something like that
absolutely.
Would probably be possible.
When this whole stuff gets going and they let go of the travel ban, then everybody can start talking about this.
Right.
And then we're good. So
nice.
And I think with that, man,
Johnny, listen, when they let go of the travel ban, the boxing world's gonna go crazy because the fight that everybody wants to see is Loma Teofimo Lopez.
Absolutely.
And it's gonna happen.
It would have been next Saturday night, Junior.
Yo, can you believe that?
God, man.
Yeah,
my God.
I would have been there.
Oh, my God.
They were supposed to have the boxing writers banquet the night before that.
Right? BWAA.
Right. I was going to go to that, and I was going to be there for your fight. And this.
Everybody that's everybody would have been there.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I had famous football players. I've had famous basketball players like Dame Lillard and everything. They're excited to watch this type of fight, man. I mean, big time stars, and that just goes to show you like where we're at.
Oh, man.
Right now.
Right now, yeah.
We're not even there yet. That's the shit. We're not even there yet, and I'm hyped. And that right there boosts me up.
Yeah, but you know, what are you gonna do with?
That's why. See, that is why I say I can't fight without the fans.
You need that energy,
it's that energy.
That energy that you have in there. Yeah, you feed off that. You've always fed off that.
I've always fed off that.
And the fans,
you know what, Champ? We got to sacrifice this one. Let's see what happens. I still believe that something's miracle's gonna happen, bro. I still believe that vaccine's gonna come out.
Look. Everything first is God, man.
Yeah.
The plan's already there. We're playing into it, right?
He does.
Everything's there, and I think if we all as one, everyone in the world, we all, just work together, man, we could really just kill this whole, at least lower the whole, damage
epidemic,
of COVID-19 and the pandemic.
Man, I really appreciate you talking to you. I just have a couple fan questions for you, and then I'll let you go. So I appreciate it. So I got Tabalo7 wants to know, what do you want people to remember you as when you leave the sport? Or remember about you once you leave the sport?
Just someone that was pretty much didn't have to be flashy, flamboyant. Pretty much was investing his money in the right ways and not buying cars and losing profit off of that. Losing ways of that. Just pretty much just setting out a goal of being a good role model. You don't have to be something that you're not. Just be who you are. You know what I mean? That's my main thing, is just to, obviously the glory, me and my father, we have a mindset, but that's between me and him. Him and I, we have that thing where we just want to be the best of the best, and when we hang up the gloves, we're satisfied with what we did. But for the kids and for everyone out there, how I want to be remembered is just a tough motherfucker that was a great role model that did it the way he wanted to do it. I did it my way, like Frank Sinatra. I did it my way. I didn't do it and try to follow someone else.
Absolutely. So great.
Be your own champ. He wants to be Teofimo Lopez. That's what he wants to be.
Just be your own person. Be you. Yep. Be who you are. Be authentic. Be original. You just got to work hard always, though, because you have many people that believe that you're someone that you're not. You're just you.
What fight day rituals you have?
Fight day ritual. Okay, so I have a few. Mine is pretty much, weigh-in day. After the weigh-in, late at night, the last thing I eat is filet mignon. I gotta have filet mignon always, and gotta eat it. I eat it either between medium rare or medium. I usually eat mine medium, but and then from there, the next day, before we enter the venue, I gotta have my Snickers bar, and I have to have a Pepsi. Gotta have a Pepsi soda. I gotta have soda, so I have to have all that in before I go into the venue, and then I'm all good.
A Pepsi and a Snickers, huh?
Yeah, I need sugar. I need a lot of sugar, because throughout camp and everything, we're just pretty much just drinking a whole bunch of this, 2 gallons of this, and everything that we eat and everything is pretty much all greens and organic and fresh. But I do need some bad sugars or some sugars.
What's your favorite cheat food?
My favorite cheat food, though, I have Oreo cookies. Oreos are my favorite. My favorite cheat. My father is like, always watch that, because he knows I'll get big.
It's the worst.
He knows.
You got the worst one.
Why I think I'm losing weight? I haven't been eating them.
Well, good for you, man. Hey, I thank you guys so much for coming on and chatting with me, man. I miss you guys and love watching this ascend to stardom, and we'll obviously be here. We'll catch up again soon. Easy to get a hold of you. You're everywhere out there. So, Champ, thank you.
For everyone, man, you guys can get the gear at ftwr.com, and you go to athletes, and you'll just click on Teofimo Lopez, and you have all the gear right there. And I think it's I think it's 15% off or something like that, 20% off on apparel and everything. It's Takeover. Takeover, you put on the promo code. Johnny, I'm going to give you one that is 50% off.
Hey, right. Thanks, Champ. I appreciate that. I'll be all geared up for sure. Yeah. So, and are those links on all your social medias too?
Yep. You can go on my Instagram, my Snapchat, my Twitter, and my Facebook is at Teofimo Lopez. And you can just click the link on there on my bio, and there you go. It'll take you directly to the website.
Beautiful.
Into the merch.
Beautiful. Yeah. Appreciate it. We'll be looking out for you, man. Thanks again. Say hello to Mrs. Lopez for me, and say hello to Mrs. Lopez for me. Both you guys have the Mrs. Lopez's. Say hi to both of them.
Isn't that cool, bro? We don't lose the Lopez.
Nah, we don't.
Man. I love you
Never.
guys.
All day. 1916. That's my father, my grandfather. That's where the Teofimo.
That's where it started, baby.
This right here is 1916. It's the most that I could backtrack. I'm actually, I think, the 5th or the 4th. I'm the 4th or the 5th.
No, you're the 4th. The 4th.
I'm the 4th.
It could be the 5th. I don't know. I
think I'm the 4th.
After my father's grandfather. Yeah.
So yeah, my great grandfather is Teofimo, I think. But
Teofimo Lopez, yeah.
Yeah, Teofimo Lopez. So, but I can only backtrack to 1916, which was my grandfather.
Wow,
so.
and look at that, and you right to now 2020.
This was my first ever tattoo. Had to.
Nice. Yeah, awesome. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys. Thanks, man.
And remember, we're gonna be the first in history to unify the 135 weight division. So nobody's ever done it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it has been one other time. I think
nobody.
Nobody. It's happened.
No, not the 4 belts, papi.
Undisputed world champion. Who's at 135?
Nobody.
That won it at 135.
I already.
Didn't Diaz have it?
Nobody.
Did he?
Nobody.
Diaz and then Nate Campbell.
3. Maybe 3. Maybe 3. Not 4. I already checked that.
Wait, what?
Nobody has won 4 belts.
Nobody's had out 4. Okay.
Nobody. And when you beat Lomachenko, you know you got all 4 belts, bro.
No, I know that. But wait. You sure?
I'm positive, bro.
Oh, shit, you got me hyped. I'm gonna look it up before I get hyped.
I thought you knew that, bro. Yo, I thought you knew that. I thought you knew that. I say that shit in all my interviews.
Nah, I'm trying to be undisputed back to back. I'm trying to be 135.
Okay, but listen to me. I already checked. You think that people wouldn't be coming and telling me, yo, you wrong, bro?